Hi, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' and Steve. About to react to this Abbott and Preach vid. It's titled Sneako and Andrew Tate Turn on the Red Pill. It's a movement for losers. Damn. Okay, we're going to see what they have to say. A few people asked me to watch this. At first, I wasn't going to because I reacted to the playback vid that kind of touched on this topic. But I skimmed through this video, and they are showing a lot more clips than playback did. So we're getting a better understanding of Sneako and Destiny's viewpoint and the guys on Fresh and Fit, and also Andrew, I'm assuming. So yeah, we're gonna see what they have to say. Let's watch.
The hypocritical part about it is that we make fun of girls all the time for not controlling their charges and being opposed all the time. Like, she belongs to the streets, all this stuff. You tell guys that they're losers if they don't go to the gym, they're losers if they play video games, you're a loser if you smoke weed, you're a loser if you watch sports. You need to exercise discipline. But when it comes to girls, oh shit, get a vasectomy because you can't control yourself, because you're not capable of exercising discipline. Why do you have to be disciplined in every single aspect of life? Networking, success, all this stuff, watching sports, playing video games, you need to be on your stuff. But for women, nut inside girls after getting a transgender surgery.
See, we didn't quite lose Sneako there. Honestly, it looks like the red pill is imploding very quickly. Recently, you saw Andrew Tate, or Tate calling red pillers autistic. And be like, don't.
He sounds like me. Ever since I saw that autistic documentary on Netflix, I'm like, oh shit, this makes sense. Now all these weirdo ass comments I be seeing on like Instagram, TikTok and shit, it makes sense. These niggas are autistic. They are fucking autistic. It's like, I get it. I feel for you. I sympathize with your situation. It makes sense.
Never associate me with those losers.
The men who are out here only trying to have sex with women have no.
And I'm not saying autistic people are losers at all, but I just feel like they lack. Anyway, watch the documentary.
They're weird.
Sorry.
With those losers.
The men who are out here only trying to have sex with women and have no emotional connection, they're weirdos. A lot of this red pill, how to get girls stuff, a lot of them are like that as well. They're like the peak masculine life is just to have a bunch of women that you barely know, and that's ridiculous.
And that's the supreme leader of the red pill.
I also think women.
You're seeing a lot of people kind of
do that are
shit.
weird too.
And so Sneako saw something recently that kind of caught his attention. Let's listen to him.
Said something yesterday on Twitter saying that men should get vasectomies in their 20s just to prevent this.
If you don't know what he's talking about, he's talking about Rollo Tomasi. He is the grand wizard of the red pill community. He's supposedly the creator. He's written books on it. Basically, some old geezer. So he said that people should get vasectomies if they want to be high-value men very quickly. When they're young, they should get vasectomies. Now, quick information on vasectomies. While they are quote-unquote reversible, how reversible they are is based on the length of time that you've had your vasectomy. If you go past 5 years, the odds can drop anywhere from 90 to 30 to 40%. And even then, after you reverse it, being fertile, we don't know when it comes back. And so essentially, when doctors allow you to get a vasectomy, they're telling you this is not reversible. So you need to be certain that you don't want kids anymore. You should not think of it as a form of birth control that you can willy-nilly come in and out of. That's why a lot of doctors, if you're below the age of 25, will not even consider you for vasectomy because they understand how life-changing it is. And though you may not want kids as a young man, they know you might change your mind. So, quick little information about vasectomies. There we go.
I think that it's important to have family values and to prepare for eventual parenthood. What makes you high value? Other people's perception, having a lot of money, having a network. Like, why does that matter? Why does being a high value man matter if you're not going to eventually?
What's the difference between Fresh and Fit and Fresh and Fit after hours?
Top 3 steps: avoid family creation, get a vasectomy, and have a network. It's just like the generic male self-improvement stuff. But like 2 of the top 3: get a vasectomy and avoid family creation. You agree?
When he says high value man, he's talking from the perspective of being able to be a playboy and get as many girls.
But why is that a priority over having a family? Like, why would that even be advice? Why would that be male self-improvement advice? And be a playboy instead of raise a family? Well, we make fun of women all day for wanting to be girl boss queens and sleep around and have all this, and then you tell guys, be a playboy instead of raise a family. That's the same advice on the other side.
Speak on it.
Oh, mine, honestly. I was just like, yeah, go on. Go on.
Low key, I did laugh a few times when I was watching this.
Yeah, which I understand.
Why?
Well, because it's you, and then it's Sneako talking. So the only thing you hear is so. See, you laugh.
We're gonna hold that over.
No, that's what you laugh. You're laughing right now. So I know that's you. That's not. I laugh. That's you laughing.
It's not negate the validity of his arguments.
You gonna play with us?
Pause.
Hey yo.
The most joyous moments of my life were coming home and then seeing all my kids around and then getting spend time with them. And that divorce, going through that whole process, that really stole from me like what I realized was my biggest joy. I spend time with my nieces now. I spend time with my mom, taking her out to dinner, you know, showing her good stuff. And I realize like that's the stuff that matters for me. I've had, if I get new when it's not even, but when I spend time with my niece and I'm watching her like walk for the first time, or I'm seeing her say words, like that shit hits different. So
this is how I knew very early in life I wasn't really fucking with kids like that. Because my sister is much older than me and she started having kids at a very young age. And I just remember being so annoyed by her kids being around. I mean, I was like, you know, I was a really young aunt, so maybe that had to do with it as well. But yeah, seeing my nieces grow up, I was just like, oh my God, get away. Like, I was just so, like, turned off by kids. Like, I've always been really turned off by kids. So it's so interesting, you know, hearing people's different perspectives or whatever the case. And there's nothing wrong with wanting a family unit. Do you. Do what works for you and what you want. If that's what you value in life, awesome. Great. But, you know, there are definitely people out there who don't like children. And, yeah, I definitely, because most men do want kids. So, yeah, I see myself with a man who already has kids, for sure. And preferably they're out the house, or they're, you know, much older and they about to be out the house. So it's like, I don't mind being a stepmama. I would definitely be a stepmother, but having children of my own,
you giving away your balls?
Yeah, it just doesn't sound like a joyous process. Watching them walk, I don't care about that. I don't want that. I didn't care about seeing, you know, my nieces and stuff walk. No shade. I mean, I love them, of course. But it's like, I don't have that feeling of, oh, children. Like, whatsoever.
You're getting older. Like, man, that's just like, I'm too tired to fuck. That sounds boring. I don't want to be. When I'm 32, I want to be fucking double the bitches I'm fucking now. I want to be having a bigger house, having like, I want to be down like Hugh Hefner shit. That's what makes you. That's what keeps you balls going. Like, you can't let go of that. You can't let go of your manhood at a certain age. If you give up on that, I'm like, oh, I like playing macaroni drawings with my kids.
You trying to say something? He was just flouting you. That was the young him. You understand what I'm saying?
I was him 9 months ago.
Oh, God.
It just makes me laugh how drastic the changes in rhetoric, where it's like, now he sounds like a Ben Shapiro clone. But look,
he said he was traveling and shit. Somebody
so at the end of the day, is the change genuine? Whatever. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not going to get somebody's head. Doesn't matter. People are encouraging people to be more community oriented and think more about things that are important in life. I support that kind of messaging.
Well, we make fun of women all days for wanting to be girl boss queens and sleep around and have all this, and then you tell guys, be a playboy instead of raise a family. That's the same advice on the other side.
Because here's the thing: when you're a playboy, you're going to be better at raising the family.
More shit! More shit!
Being a playboy makes you better at raising a family?
No, you said the family. Which
family are we talking about? Because playboys tend to have multiple families. And I'm going to tell you, those kids don't look at that dad and think, wow, what a wonderful guy. I asked a lot of women or sons or men what it was like to have a dad who's a womanizer. Who's out here sleeping around doing left to right and center. They don't necessarily speak about those people in glowing colors. They don't be like, oh, he was really present in my life. He was really invested. Oh, yeah, the way he treated my mom and how happy she was, everything was fit. Man, it's fine to want to go do your hedonism and fuck left, right, and center, but don't pretend like it's actually helping families.
Right. And the reason
but he's saying avoid family creation.
Well, he's talking from the frame of being a guy getting a lot of girls. And then, if you decide you want to get a family down the road, you can always unsnip and then go ahead and go down the family route. I agree to a degree that you need to have sex with at least 50 girls as a guy. I talk about that all the time. It's controversial.
At this point in your career, where you're on the way up, focus on things that are going to help you move forward and life and become successful.
Yeah. Get a surgery done that prevents you from having children.
Yeah, we can always reverse it.
It's not like a lot of the times that shit messes up.
He said you can always reverse it.
That's not something you could just hope that it's going to be okay.
Generally, most men can't control their urges, so what's going to happen is going to go fuck around and get somebody pregnant.
Becoming good fathers too. Just like we make fun of girls for prioritizing their careers and wanting to be girl bosses and wanting to build an empire, they're not prioritizing motherhood immediately. And then we're saying, men, ignore family creation, get a vasectomy so you can focus on getting rich, and then you'll be 40, you'll have all these girls, and then start a family. Like, how are we building men to become good fathers if they've been only prioritizing success? If they have a dick surgery, how do they have the character that's going to lead a proper family?
So you're saying
because they dealt with a bunch of hoes first, so they know what a good woman is.
So you're.
I dealt with a bunch of hoes first, and I know what a good woman is.
No, you know what a bunch of hoes is.
I just wonder, all the guys out there who married women who weren't hoes or whatever the fuck it is, do you think they have to a bunch of hoes to find that out? Well,
and even on the flip side, that's like saying, oh, I fucked with a whole bunch of fuck niggas who did me dirty, so I know what a good man is. That makes no sense at all. Like, 0 sense. How do you know if that's all that you've been exposed to? And honestly, that's how they talk. They talk like they have been exposed to a lot of hoes around Miami. That's why they have this very jaded way of thinking, because those are the women that they're surrounded by.
Everybody who's in a relationship right now have to f some dirty bras.
So I would argue they don't know what a real woman is at all.
I now know what a decent person who's capable of being a wife is. Yeah. Yeah. I had to f all these STD groups to find that out. I did. I had to go to the club and find the easiest, sloppiest, drunkest loser to be like, hey, I know I just got done busting inside you, but I think I realized you shouldn't be the mother of my kids. They gotta do that 49 more times, apparently.
No, that's not what he said.
No, but what's the priority then? Family or
it doesn't mean that you need to have kids young, but it shouldn't be avoid family creation in your head. That's an important thing to think about when you're young too. How am I going to have the character? How am I going to have the maturity, the responsibility to become a good father when I am ready to do it? I'm telling guys, you should get rich as possible too, but you should also be working on like building your character and looking at how I'm going to raise my kids and how I'm going to be a good father. If you're 40 and you have all these hoes and you have experience with hoes, is that going to make you a better father? Probably not. You'll just know how to avoid a bad woman. But it's not. You don't need to fuck 100 women to realize what a hoe is. Why not just understand that a lot of these women are unwifeable and then navigate around that instead, and just not spend your time and invest your energy into women that you don't even respect or like in the first.
I wish you just look at all the women on the podcast and sound like these whores. Why would you constantly invite these soulless, most vapid, Instagram-hungry whores? But I just say this, Sneako is preaching. No pun intended. And everything there is making sense. It's like, you think you're going to be a player your whole life, and then all of a sudden you're capable of doing a committed relationship. Like, trust me, most of the players I know who did that for a long time struggled tremendously trying to settle down. And so all of
because they're so used to getting that validation that they got from all them hoes, and it fucks up their mind state. So when they are with a woman who actually is a good woman, they're thinking like, wait, I'm not getting this constant validation I was getting from these bitches. They start fucking fiending for that like a crackhead. Then they go and cheat with some hoes who ain't about shit, and they fuck up their good relationship.
Like, you got the skills for long-term relationships and you can figure it all out. It's going to be easy because you've been fucking this whole time.
That's not how it works.
What you do to be able to get women to sleep with you is not the same thing as what you do in order to get a woman to stay with you through a long-term relationship. Those things are completely different things. You're talking about but you'll notice that when these guys talk about maintaining a relationship, all of their language is geared on how to get a woman to give you sex.
And oftentimes, what makes you want to get a girl in the clubs and stuff like that, like the way these guys want to get girls, it's actually not attributes that people are looking for to form a family. That's not what they're looking for. That's not what's attractive in a family setting. They don't care about that.
No.
So none of these attributes are going to be like, yeah, he's able to get a lot of girls. That's not what they want to get with.
This video is brought to you by
Change.
So the quickest path to becoming a high value man: number one, don't get married, avoid family creation, vasectomy in your 20s, lift consistently, eliminate all sedations, learn game and networking, play to your strengths, build wealth, resist easing up on your focus, and it's the quickest path to becoming a high value man. And I know that Sneako had some point of contention specifically with number 3, which is get a vasectomy in your 20s.
What is a high value man?
I think he means what he means in this context is being a guy that's like desirable to women and being attractive to women, so that you'll be I guess a marketable sexual partner.
Well, but that doesn't make sense, right? Like, avoid family creation and get a vasectomy and be attractive to men.
Well, no. It's because
women, right?
Again, like I said it before, I'll say it again because you're here. Given the context of what he's tweeting for this specific situation, it makes sense because he's saying, hey, these are the ways so that you don't fuck yourself up to ensure that you're going to be successful. He's retard-proofing it.
But that is a pretty retarded advice because you're saying, do this so that you become more attractive to women. So what's even the point of having a relationship with a woman if you can't have kids with her? Then you're just having an empty relationship just to fuck her for your whole life. And
no, he's saying to become high value, which means you make the choice to want to do that or not. So he's giving you the choice to do that.
That's like, don't you guys say all the time about how, like, oh, like, women are fucking disgusting that are freezing their eggs at, like, 20 and they're going to find out. Now you've got, like, guys that go to sperm clinics. Here you go. I'm never going to be able to impregnate my wife. There's, like, a 30% reversal rate on this fucking surgery, but maybe in the future I can check my cold fucking semen.
All the time.
Yeah, like, it's like the same
but
shit.
But notice, he has 2 points.
Like a 90% reversal rate.
Yeah, actually.
Well, depending on how quick it is. Wait, for vasectomies?
Yeah, to get it reversed and be able to actually...
After, like, 10 years, it's, like, 30 to 50%.
Yeah,
your 20s is 10 years. You're supposed to reverse it back within the 10 years.
Wait, hold on, wait. So you're going to get a vasectomy at, like, yeah, you're going to get a vasectomy at 20, become high value by 23, and then get a reverse? Like, what?
Right.
I mean, I would say 23. You're being extreme.
Well, he's like your 20s. That's 10 years.
Yeah, but you could do it but when you're 28, 29.
Yo, nigga, I'm asleep. You know what this man thinks? He thinks as long as you don't hit the 10-year mark, nigga, you made it. No. It's not like the surgery works, man. It's not like you get the 10 years, all of a sudden now you can't slip your balls anymore because, oh my God, what's the expiry date on my dick? That's not how it works. It's that from 0 to 10 years, it gradually reduces the odds of you being reserved.
Not how any of this works.
So the longer it goes on, the less fertility you'll have. It's not like, I got the 8 years, okay, I made it before. No, that's not how it works. So instead of it being a 30% chance, maybe it's a 45 or 50 at 8 years. You don't know. All these things are variables. So the question is, if your audience is looking at this and you're supposed to tell them, okay, guys, get a vasectomy so you be a high-value man, you should also tell them, if you go through this vasectomy, there's a 50% chance that you may not be able to ever have kids again.
Yeah, even if you try to reverse it the next week.
You're willing to risk.
Yo, these motherfuckers are never gonna do that shit. No. They talking that shit, they would never do that. 1. 2, would you cross the street if you have 45% chance of making it alive the other side? 45% chance. Those odds are not good. I don't know if you understand odds. That's not good. 10 kids, tails not. You got kids. I was nervous there for a second. And that was a coin!
Hold on, 9 years? What is it, 45% chance of reversal? Bro, you're not going to have kids anymore.
You're sterilizing half your audience. That's just wild to me.
Hold on. Notice he had 2 points there. He said, 1, avoid what? Family creation. And 3, vasectomy 20s. You can choose what you want to do. Apply what you need to apply. He's just saying you could do either or.
Oh, no, he's not.
I'm worried that
It's funny, when I went to groceries, my girl gave me a list, and she's like, she wanted the ginger, and she wanted broccoli, and she really meant either or. No, she meant both.
It's a fucking list.
Shit, it's a list. It's a list. What the fuck are you talking about?
He get on my nerves the most. I don't know if that's fresh or fit, but he gets on my fucking nerves. The one who just said that.
It's a list.
Jesus.
Yo,
he makes the least sense.
On the list, it said lives consistently. Is that also an option?
Bash it away.
He's just, I get it though. At the end of the day, I think Roll Tomasi for them is a friend of the show, and they want to defend him. So even if they sound irrational, right, which they always critique women for being, it doesn't really matter because they're being loyal. So as long as you sound neurotic for your friends, it's acceptable.
Yeah, exactly.
On that list, he's got 2 things, okay, about your dick, okay, about avoid family creation, get a vasectomy. Is there anything on that list about, like, just avoid women?
But
avoid temptation.
Hold on. We know as men, we want women no matter what. But whether we want to abstain or be more, it doesn't matter. However, question for you guys on the panel. If you had a kid, be honest here, would you be where you're at right now?
Destiny had a kid in his early 20s.
Yeah. No. Well, oh, you did?
Yeah, he had a kid.
Oh, you did?
How do you know? Why not just, like, use protection?
Yeah, see, this is, okay.
That's a good point. And he said avoid what? Family creation, which means use a condom too.
No, it doesn't. It says get a vasectomy. That was the advice. It's not trying to you're coping,
bro. Number 3. Number 2 said avoid what?
The hypocritical part about it is that we make fun of girls all the time for not controlling their sexual urges and being hoes all the time. Like, she belongs to the streets, all this stuff. You tell guys that they're losers if they don't go to the gym. They're losers if they play video games. You're a loser if you smoke weed. You're a loser if you watch sports. You need to exercise discipline. But when it comes to girls, oh shit, get a vasectomy because you can't control yourself. Because you're not capable of exercising discipline. Why do you have to be disciplined in every single aspect of life? Networking, success, all this stuff, watching sports, playing video games. You need to be on your stuff. But for women, nut inside girls after getting a transgender surgery.
See, we didn't quite lose Sneako there. We didn't quite lose him. He's still there. They're still there. He's still there.
That's funny. He said,
we heard what he said. We heard what he said. Shit.
That's the one thing you can't be disciplined in.
Sneako, what did number 2 say? Avoid family creation. It could be condom or plan B, but you just say to be extra
another
careful.
form of contraception is what it is, basically.
But he didn't say that, and that's not a good form of contraception because it's not supposed to be reversed. That's what the doctor tells you when you get a vasectomy surgery. It's like you cannot expect this to be reversed. You shouldn't go into that thinking that you're going to reverse it. And also, a better advice, instead of saying never fuck again, maybe for the women that I do have sex with, prepare that she could be the mother of your children.
That boy cooking.
Maybe don't spend time with hoes all the time thinking, I need to fuck 50 girls so I understand feminists and how retarded they are. Maybe just don't fuck them. Maybe fuck women that you can see yourself having a family with.
When you first, hold on, that's a very good
You won't be able to detect that, though, unless you have experience.
You need experience.
You need experience, bro.
How do you know? Wait, no. How do you need experience? What does that mean?
How would you know what's good for you if you never had it?
The Red Bull advice is eating 50 bodies.
I want to open this one up.
Let's go.
Do you think you need to fuck a girl to tell if she's like family material?
No. We're saying experience-wise.
What does experience mean?
Dating, courting, having that one-on-one experience. Okay, she likes this, she doesn't like this. This is weird. This doesn't work. I can tell from experience what works.
Wait, now, any of that have to do with fucking her?
Hold on, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Now, adding in sex, you can understand. Okay, once this point has passed, I can see what she really is. Remember, people put on front at the very beginning.
He just be saying anything. He get on my nerves.
Yo. Other than sex, there's some things that are more telling of who the person really is. Okay? 1, watch who they are when they drive. 2, try to put a IKEA furniture together. 3, go on a trip with that person. That's how you see how really someone is. 4, go to a restaurant. See how they treat someone that they have power over and can do nothing for them. There's other things in life more than fucking that you're going to be able to do that's going to be tell signs of what the person is. As a matter of fact, I can tell you, a lot of people I've seen in toxic relationship was staying because the pussy or the dick was good. It had nothing to do with how they were, because how they were was really garbage, was trash. They were garbage human beings. He don't like when I say that. I'm gonna tell you, I know them people. Garbage human beings. But the people stay because the sex was good. So the sex thing really is something on the side. It doesn't tell you how the person is.
I'll go a step further.
Oh, go ahead, step on.
I don't think sex tells you much about a woman. I think it does tell you something about a man, though. Because the people who I see switch up after sex are generally dudes. Because, yes, once they get laid, and women right now, I know they in the comments being like, okay?
Yes.
You don't know? Yeah. You don't know why? Because I've changed everything.
I've never experienced this per se, but I've heard some things, and yeah.
Changed up, and women always complain. Everything was great, then we slept together. I was like, yeah. Because sometimes they only in it for that. So I'm just saying. Generally, with women, what ends up happening is that they just become more into you. That's it. That's really it. Yup. I'll be honest with you. I've talked to a lot of guys, and all they ever say after sex with women is like, she became more attached. That's it. It has nothing to do with whether or not she's wife material or marriage material. It's just that. Forget them out. But ask ladies. Ask ladies. Ladies have definitely slept with a dude and noticed his behavior changed afterwards. Or he became more distant. Or he stopped responding to calls all of a sudden. So, I think the reality is they're framing this as like, oh, you need to bang her to really see who she is. That is one of the dumbest ways to get to know someone. You want to know? You're going to have to spend some time observing her in all the areas. Right? Even when you live together, you're going to learn who that person really is.
But before you live together, go on a trip together.
Yes, please.
You see how you communicate with each other. That's how you is. And after that, from whenever things go bad, see how you're gonna grow from that and make it not happen again. That's what you're gonna see. Fucking
that
ain't
chirp
gonna be the
one.
one.
That's
but,
the one. That's the one.
Yeah, sure. Experience, as you say.
Let's go. Mind you, Myron's never been in a relationship.
How many stories do you hear of husbands who are like, my wife used to blow me every single day, and then as soon as we got married, all the sex stopped? Or we have dead bedrooms now. We were super active our first year. That is absolutely not true.
No,
it's embarrassing that so many men look to them for relationship advice when this man has never been in a relationship. And don't let that go over your head and you thinking that, oh, well, it's because he ain't fucking bitches and he living a life. That's what these people would lead you to believe. That's what they want you to believe. Because like Abba said, there's a big difference between getting a woman to sleep with you and getting a woman to stay with you in a relationship. Women usually are the ones who end the relationship, okay? Or they decide that they no longer want to deal with the dude. That's why divorces are usually initiated by women, okay? So you thinking you could keep a woman around just because you got her to have sex with you, that's not how that works. So this man ain't never been in an actual relationship, but he giving all this relationship advice? That's crazy. That is so bizarre to me. That makes no sense. How are you taking advice from someone who ain't never actually experienced?
Yeah, she preaching?
He preaching.
She.
I don't even know.
No, it's just because I don't like the idea of a man just denying a woman her due credit. So just let it happen. Okay.
Absolutely, Jay.
Just let it happen.
For you guys, you can probably tell us by looking at their Instagrams. Isn't that what you guys are like professionals at? Is picking out just based on their Instagram pictures? You're telling me you have to through like 30 women to find a good like how?
It honestly seems like Myron and Fresh or Fit that they can get girls to have sex with them because they flash their money, so they can get them to stick around for a short period of time. But these girls see them as suckers. They see them as dollar signs. It's just like, I'm not really fucking with you like that. So,
How many conservative men, like if we brought in like real conservative men who have strong families, how many are like, yeah, I had to fuck 25 bitches when I was in college or to find the love of my life right now that can take care of my kids. That's a wild statement. If you want to fuck, that's fine. But don't pretend you're doing it for this altruistic purpose of finding a good mom.
I also want you guys to appreciate, y'all notice these red pill dudes say all this goofy shit, but none of them seem to have stable families or marriages. You know? I mean, like, vast majority of them don't seem to have their shit together.
Or when they do, it's always what they're preaching against.
Is it like, what, if she throws it back doggy, she'd probably take the kids, like, out to the park every day? Like, what does that even mean? Like,
so, this is why. Right?
Okay.
There's a bunch of reasons why I tell guys they need to get sexual experience with women. Number one, you need to get an abundance mindset, okay? A lot of guys get with girls out of necessity and a scarcity mindset. First girl that touches their PP, I want to commit to you. So that's a problem.
That
because
is
you're
not
not going
true
ahead and
at
getting with the
all.
girl from a position of choice. You're getting with her from a position of necessity and scarcity. That completely changes the dynamics of the relationship, and that's going to put her in the leverage position. That's number one. Number two,
what do you think about this whole leverage thing?
Yo, that's toxic, but a man cannot sit in another man and he's toxic. That's whack. It's whack.
What do you think about it?
A leverage, that's not a relationship. That's not the definition of a relationship. That's just fucking there's one side of this lacking. Like this, I gotta have this leverage. Oh, you're calculating leverage? And what grade are we in? Fucking junior high?
What do you mean?
The leverage. This shit that we used to do. Yo, don't call him now. Call him later, cause he needs to think that. That's some shit that we used to do back then when we were in junior high. That's what this shit was. That's what this shit is. That's what this shit is. That's some High School Musical shit. Okay. You know what? You cannot call him now, cause now it's gonna mean that you're too much and that. That's that shit. And now you're gonna keep doing that shit as an adult? B. Ain't nobody got time like that. Like, for real, when you realize at some age, people ain't got time like that. People don't have that time. People don't realize that have a leverage. I gotta care less than she does, because then I'm gonna have leverage and I'm gonna have power. Man.
I'm just curious. Guys. I'm just curious. Guys, if you heard the girl that you were interested talking like that, I gotta have leverage over him, how would you guys feel, and would you guys maintain interest?
Stop that.
Vice versa, ladies. If you heard that a man wanted to maintain leverage over you and he had to care less, how would you guys feel? I'm actually curious what you would thought.
again, bro, it's taken out of context.
Like,
that's exactly what the context was.
You're taking what he's saying and like applying it to the general masses. He's saying in this specific instance, if you want to get your value up as quickly as possible.
And who is that advice for? Young men, not the guy who's already had 3 kids, who's 36. He's not going to decide I'm going to become a high value man like after having a family. You're targeting towards young men who are navigating life, taking advice from an older guy on the internet.
So Monday. Okay. So this next part is when the guy who made that tweet comes in. Say we stop here and we cover this a different time.
Sure, we can cover this a different time.
I don't need to cover that because I already did. Very interesting, though, getting more context from this conversation because, like I said, in the playback vid, they didn't really show too many clips from the podcast. But, yeah, just hearing them, fumble over their words, trying to, justify what he was saying is just so ridiculous. And knowing that Myron has never been in a relationship is crazy. It's so crazy. And yeah, hearing them say, well, in order to find a good woman, you got to go through all the hoes first. You got to juggle 50 hoes and then you can know what a good woman is. It's like, they don't even make sense. Where is the logic? I cannot find it when I'm listening to these guys. Like, what? This is wild, but very entertaining. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you're going to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.